Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing well. Everybody is having an amazing week so far. Down here in the south, it's actually a bit cloudy. Looks like we're going to be having quite a bit of rain. First and foremost, I would like to extend my apologies to Dustin Daly, Emily D. Baker, and Uncivil Law. I humbly apologize for not giving you guys credit for using your clips, for using your photo, Dustin. There is no excuse for what I've done. I am deeply, deeply sorry. I truly apologize. It will never ever happen again, I promise you. Updates about Max. Max is doing well. Max is truly needy, and that's a lack for a better. I don't even know what other word to use, but he will not leave my side. Today I went and I took him out to go and potty. I opened the gate. He normally goes out on his own, does his thing in the backyard, does whatever he needs to do. He literally just sat there and waited for me. I even took a picture. I was like, really, Max, are we going to do this today, son? And right now, he's sitting under my desk, by my feet. He won't move. Absolutely will not move. But I suppose he's just traumatized. Definitely, what else can we expect? But I'm just so happy and glad. And thank you guys so much for all your well wishes. It means a lot to me. I thank you guys so much. Before we get into this video, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. My heart has been very heavy. I cannot get over the nerve Katie Joy has. Because if you have not noticed, but recently Katie Joy has been doing a hell of a lot of backpedaling. She made this post on her Instagram which states, James Derrick, your ex-wife is the public source for literally all my reporting on your relationship with your son. Your friends Joey Turman and Samantha Long went on record about how you've changed. They shared their feelings. Dean and Kelly Wilkins went on record about their experience with you. First and foremost, here comes the throwing under the bus of people. Angela, if you do see this, pay attention, Angela, because I did read your statement. And what Katie Joy has been reporting has so much embellishment on it. And she's going to throw you under the bus because she's going to say that's where she heard it was from you. So either you did tell her that, or she's just adding what she feels is going on. Just my opinion. Because here is the statement of Angela, what Angela put on her Instagram. Nowhere in that post does Angela mention that James abandoned his son as a deadbeat dad, he's a criminal, or he's unintelligent, not articulate, because that's exactly what KJ has been reporting on James Derrick. Insulting James Derrick, in my opinion. And bear this in mind, people, before I go any further. James Derrick is somebody's dad, he's somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's nephew. He's a human being, first and foremost, okay? This is not acceptable. Many of your friends have posted in comments, I haven't defamed you. There is no defamation when it's shared by publicly identified sources and the experience and corroborated and backed by facts. They all have proof for what they've said. I truly hope you do have the proof, Katie Joy, because once again, you said he abandoned his son. Now, if you go and you look up what abandonment means, and if I'm not mistaken, not to look after, they've deserted, and they don't support. To my knowledge from Angela's statement, he sees his son a few times a year. He pays child support. And maybe they're not looking after. You can't even say that because we don't know the arrangements the two of them have between each other. I have posted your own words. I've shared your own videos. Now, she's talking about his own words. This screenshot that she took off his Facebook was from 2014, okay? And then when she mentions his own words, she says, these are James Derrick's words. Then 2 minutes later, she says, oh, this can't be what he has written or has said. So which the fuck one is it, Katie Joy? Angela stands by what she says. I can only report what she says. You can deny the claims, but suing me for her words and your friend's words isn't helping you or anyone else, don't shoot the messenger. Katie Joy, go back and look at Angela's statement, okay? So you telling us behind the scenes, Angela told you that James is a deadbeat dad, he's a criminal, he's not articulate, he's not smart. Because those are everything that you said about James Derrick. It's all there. Oh, never mind, my bad. The coward that she is, she removed all that. Don't shoot the messenger. Katie Joy, you far from a messenger. You are a storyteller, in my opinion, with an agenda. Not one person in this situation is mad at you. They all want you back. They all love you. You are immensely talented and you can do this on your own. What a change of pace. What a change of pace. Because not so long ago, she insulted him and she said that Miranda doesn't have any chemistry with James. She has more chemistry with Slavic. Now Katie Joy is matchmaker, relationship expert. For Miranda to have chosen James, there must be a reason. We don't know what her reasons were, but it's fucked up of you to say, just of what you see, and I don't even see what she's seeing, to say they don't have any chemistry. Really, Katie Joy? Now let's take a look at Katie Joy's comments. This is what people take away from Katie Joy's reporting, because all I've got to say, what I'm going to read, is so fucked up. Shin added Miranda and James to the lawsuit as an intimidation ploy to keep other IG, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter friends, family friends from coming forward. You can't put poop back into a horse. Once it's out, it's out. And she responds, I mean, he's going to sue you for using this picture next. He always looks sad to me. I think that's what hurts so much about the story. These kids are so talented. They can achieve such incredible things on their own and under different management. I see you, Katie Joy. Your reporting isn't malicious. You are deeply empathetic and with such a caring heart. And you know that emotional abuse is alive and well in 2022. And you're speaking out against it. I find you courageous, charitable, and with your time and good at what you do. Thank you for fighting the good fight. I can't wait to see Miranda, B-Dash, and the rest come out on the other side of this. That picture, he either looks very sad or very stoned. I thought that too. That's what I've been saying. If you look in his eyes, he's always looked like he's out of it. Trying to look tough and failing. Tired, drugged up, all of the above. B-Dash and the Wilkins sisters were always such a big influence on me as a dancer, and to see what has happened and what is currently happening is heartbreaking. This pic is awful. I hope more dancers who know them speak out like Samantha Long and others. Hollywood and the cults, they are extremely strange and powerful. Is 7M going to sue Rolling Stone and all these other news outlets, or just people that think they can bully? Reminds me of NXIVM. Katie Joy put that in their mind that this is like NXIVM. Far from NXIVM. It doesn't even touch NXIVM, let's be clear. This is like David Koresh's cult. This is like the IBLP. This is like Jonestown. No, it's not. Absolutely not. You guys don't have proof of exactly what is going on. You're going off of what Katie Joy is telling you. She has shit on these dancers. I was watching Scientology, The Aftermath, okay? And as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, she did mention fair game. And this is a habit that she has. She studies, she researches all these cults. And whatever story she's reporting on, she'll take bits and pieces and include it in what she's covering at that time. I came across this, what the Scientologists do. They call it noisy investigation. This tactic is actually used in the Church of Scientology. When somebody leaves Scientology and they feel that they are a threat to them, they hire private investigators to follow them, dig in their trash, dig up dirt on them basically. And this, in my opinion, is exactly what Katie Joy is implementing in her reporting. Example, Robert Shin. So she went and dug up everything on Robert Shin that could be used against him. So she went ahead and she dug up his lawsuits, his complaints, police reports, anything dirt that she could find on Robert Shin, she did. That is exactly, in my opinion, what Katie Joy does. She always speaks about how she looks up to Leah Remini and how she has watched Leah Remini try bring down Scientology and exposing Scientology. Boo-boo, you can't touch Leah Remini, because if anybody watches that documentary, will see immediately the courage Leah Remini has, the time that she puts into this, the empathy that she has, and the good fight that she is putting up. So I would suggest you'll not actually implement that on Katie Joy, because that is everything that she lacks, in my opinion. Katie Joy, in my opinion, is bad news. She is dangerous. She herself even said that Robert Shin runs people off the road with these cars, but you can't prove it. She herself said on a YouTube video that they do things to kids, but they haven't gotten to that part yet. Gaslighting people. Now, when you talk, her cult followers, in my opinion, when you all talk about why they're not going after the Sun, Daily Beast, the Mirror, all that, do you see in there, in their reporting on how they're talking and judging about Miranda's body, how unintelligent James is, and that James and Tie-Dyes abandoned their kids? Do you see them reporting all that? No. They do their investigation. They go directly to the sources. They know what to report, so they don't get in a bind like KJ is, being sued for $1 million fucking dollars. And to her, it's baseless, it's meritless, and once again, it's all about discovery. F&M doesn't have deep pockets to sue those news outlets. News sources would chew them up and spit them out. He doesn't look well. I'm assuming they are making good money to be convinced this isn't a cult. Wow, I cannot believe this. I hope they get out somehow. They must have zero control or something. This is weird. He looks exhausted. His eyes look dead. I wonder what they are giving him and what he's been told it is. Poor James looks absolutely miserable in this photo. It's so sad. He looks like a shell of a man. Scientology? Let him rotten where he belongs. He is an adult. Wow. If he went to suffer and go down, let him. I disagree. Hope he leaves. Now, let me point your attention to this person. And it says Von Art Guitars. And this is Katie Joy's husband. Perhaps it's just a bad photo, but the young man looks like he's stoned out of his mind. How fucking passive-aggressive is that? So you feel, Todd, the need to agree with these people, but disagreeing at the same time. You need to get your balls back from your wife, number one. Number two, a sane person, a critical thinker, an objective person like me will look at this photo of James Derrick and see he feels uncomfortable. Yes, because look where the fuck he is. He's at the American Music Awards. He's with big names. I myself wouldn't feel comfortable. I know he used to be backup dancers for big names, but to be there, it's a totally different story. But because you fucking suck everything up that Katie Joy says, you can't even think for yourselves. She pointed out the other day on how Miranda is not a good fit for James, but she's a good fit for Slavic. Why? Because she insinuating James is not a good-looking man? It's not about the fucking looks, Katie Joy. You don't know. And to me, he looks like he is the sweetest, humble, caring person. But you going off of his looks. To me, it sounds like you saying Slavic is more attractive than he is. Fuck you, Katie Joy. That is bullshit. And as for you, Todd, once again, maybe you should get your balls back from your wife. Because that is somebody's son. That is somebody's dad, uncle, brother, whatever you want to name. He's a human being. And shame on you. Everybody that left a comment here about what he looks like, how he looks. Shame on you all. I truly, you know what? I don't ever wish harm on anybody. When is Katie Joy going to learn? When? She felt like, Angela, this is for you. She feels like she needs to stand up for your son. She can't even, in my opinion, be there for her own son. And I'll remind you again, left her son and allowed her son to be locked in a room for 10 fucking hours. Went on a panel with women and told these women with a straight face, no hesitation, that her son is capable of murder because of his disabilities. Closed doors in her poor son's face. Left him at home with a headache for 3+ days. And you allowing a woman like this to take up for your son? Maybe you should rethink who you put your trust in. I actually got this clip off of Miranda's Instagram. Look at how she treats victims.
I haven't spoken negatively at all about the dancers. Isn't it really fucking weird that Miranda, who's 25, is calling herself a brand? I'm like, she was a beautiful girl. But the only kind of ladies that have 42% of men following them are not Miranda. Get up and going, I'm a brand now, and I cut my hair, and I had longer hair, and now I had short hair. She is not a sex pot. She's not a like Instagram model. She is not a playmate. There's absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, her hair was very long, but she has a athletic body. There's nothing wrong with her build here. I had a picture of her saved where she looked healthier. Here's a side-by-side. She was already thin to begin with and had an athletic build, but she has lost a lot of muscle and body mass.
Who does this, people? Have you ever, can anybody name me anybody on YouTube that does shit like this? That victimizes the victims? If they are in a cult, do you really think they want to leave that cult and come into the world and face people like Katie Joy? I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. And Melanie, if you are still in contact with Katie Joy and this is what she does to your sister, shame on you, girl. Shame on you. If anybody can justify what Katie Joy is doing as right, I would love to hear that. I truly would love to hear that. I am not coming to no defense of Robert Shin or anybody else. I'm going off of what Katie is saying, that they're in a cult. Can you come with proof of exactly what is going down on a daily basis as of in the now? Not 10 years ago, not 2 decades ago, now. Now this is how fucked up Katie is. She spoke about how does she need to report Robert Shin to immigration because allegedly he's marrying people off for green cards. Now, Katie Joy, use your brain, okay? Use your brain. If Robert Shin is here on a green card, is a citizen, why would he need to marry his daughter off to this Daniel person for a green card when her dad can grandfather her in if he has his green card or even if he has his citizenship? He can do that for his daughter. Now, this is how ignorant you are. You're not smart at everything. You don't know everything. If you are so confident in your reporting that you report on this, you're just a messenger. No, you claim to be a journalist. Now you're just a reporter. It's like every day is something new. Katie Joy, in my opinion, you are just a grifter. And the reason I say that KJ is a grifter, and there are perks to being a grifter, because she doesn't have to go out and work like a standard hard-working mom or dad that legitimately and honestly provides for their family. A grifter can never be honest or back up their shit. And when the shit does hit the fan, they cop out and they throw everyone under the bus. She can't even defend the shit that comes out of her mouth because she never gives proof, in my opinion, to back up her arguments. And this is where she is once again throwing example Angie under the bus. And like I say in my disclaimer, do your own research. Truly do your own research. Don't be a follower. Because in my opinion, KJ is clearly not a leader. She's a gaslighter. She's a manipulator in my opinion. Period. And I'm going to end with saying this. What she has done to mainly James, Derrick, and Miranda is unacceptable. Miranda could be my child. And Lord have mercy. If somebody was doing this to my child, come hell or high water, we're going to have a problem. Because irrelevant of the state or the place she's in her life, nobody, not one soul on this earth is going to speak about my children that way. But that's just me. When it comes to Derrick, she has no fucking right insulting him and degrading him in that way. Especially when you are being known for not taking care of your own child. Unacceptable. Does she ever think about James, Derrick's son? When all this is out there in the public, people are talking about it. What that kid can be going through at school. Because all this that she puts online is fucked up. What she reports is fucking vile. Absolutely vile. She is so desperate, and you've seen in the video where she called out all these people because she needs help. She needs somebody to save her. Nobody else got you to where you are but yourself, KJ. These young men and women are being harassed by Katie Joy, in my opinion. They are being victimized. They are being degraded. And for you people to acknowledge and agree with her about these young men and women, you'll need to reflect, because that's a damn shame. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. And once again, before I finish and end this, Dustin, Emily, Uncivil, once again, I apologize from the bottom of my heart for not giving credit where credit was due. I will definitely rectify that. I promise you I will. Once again, I am so sorry. So you guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.